It's a rule of thumb in life that when there's problems, when there's a crisis, there's also opportunities. We hear often about the Chinese have the symbol that crisis and opportunity mean the same thing. Well, hey, we've got some great opportunities right now, and I want to talk with you about that. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I'm down here by the pool in our condo on a beautiful day today. It's like 90 some degrees, I think. Was really beautiful and gorgeous, and I wanted to talk with you about something. So come on over here. Let's sit down and talk a little bit about using remote presenting, what you can do when you want to present professionally remotely. So I'm talking to you speakers out there. Many of you that are professional speakers, you do this on stage often. You're very comfortable grabbing a microphone, standing on the stage. Well, now we know, and we're hearing a lot about it, of ways to present to people when you're out there and you're using the electronical means, digital means of presenting, using tools like Skype or Zoom or many of the other tools that are out there. I want to talk a little bit about that for you and the real opportunities that are there. First of all, it's wonderful because it's our version today of what we saw with Franklin Delano Roosevelt or Winston Churchill. Read about what they did back in World War II, in the Depression. Franklin Delano Roosevelt particularly, he would sit down at the radio, which was the technology of that day, and he would talk to people because he could talk to them directly from the president directly to the people. This is something that Calvin Coolidge did. He was the first president ever to do that in the campaign. He was up against some people who were really good at speaking. They were great orators. They'd stand up and they had that bellicose sound, from the 19th century going into the early 20th century there. That was very popular. He was just kind of a soft-spoken, quiet guy. They called him Quiet Cal, Silent Cal. He wouldn't do a whole lot of screaming and yelling. And that was exactly why he employed and embraced this newfangled technology out called radio. He was the first president to use radio, and it worked for him. Well, as Franklin Delano Roosevelt used it, and then Winston Churchill used it over on the other side of the pond during World War II, you and I have access to use video, to use audio, yes, for podcast. We can use the video as well, like we're doing right here. It's like, I'm right here. You're seeing me out here. You can see my facial expression. And remote presenting opens up a lot of possibilities for you to connect with people. Now, you can do it in several different ways. One is to do it with one-on-one. You are presenting to one person. You're connecting with them, talking with them. I'm doing a lot of that now with coaching and consulting with people, but also you can do it one to a group, maybe to a small group. I'm doing that also now with clients where we're able to talk about a specific need and then get involvement from them. That is a key factor that you want to bring into it. You don't want it to be just a video that they could watch on YouTube easily. It's something that instead you're interacting with them. You're going, well, Mary, what was that question? And Jane, over here, you had a really good point about da-da-da-da-da-da. Bring them in. You want it to be almost like you're right there. And you see, we can do that today because several factors have come into play. I've been talking about these for a while, but there's an additional one right now. Factors that are really helping us right now more than ever. Number one, we've got really good audio. The audio quality sounds just like you're there or even better. I mean, it's really good. The video also very good, sounding like you're right there with them. And it's almost the same as if you were sitting across the table at a coffee shop talking to people. Really nice for that. And a third one, real important, is the bandwidth. It's much better now. Video takes a lot of bandwidth. When you can create a video that people see, it takes a lot of space to go through depending on the quality of that. We've got better bandwidth now as never before. And then a fourth area, and I've been talking about this for a while, that's really the most important. More people who can pay you money as a presenter are open to what you're going to do. They're open to receiving information via video and working with it that way. So there's a lot of real benefits that you have with that. But now we have a fifth one. Five, I've never mentioned this before, but I'm going to share it with you right now. As we know, people realize we're in a crisis right now. The coronavirus, it is real. And what the authorities are telling us to do, to wash your hands, to socially seclude yourself, to keep that distance, keep that social distance. These are really important things. And also taking care of yourself, eating right, getting the right amount of sleep, doing the things that medical doctors, medical professionals tell us to do. Study what they're doing and follow that. Really good idea. But you see, all of that comes together to show that remote presenting is now more desirable than ever before. And we're seeing that people are going to be out there open to it where you can help. So the one-on-one, one-on-a-group is there, and also you can record information, kind of like I'm doing right now. I record this and then send it out there and let you see what's available. Let you see what's available to get it out there to various people that are going to be interested in what you're doing. And by the way, I'm using my fancy graphics here. You see this? I got this, got my even tape on here. So what I can do, I'm showing you exactly how I'm doing this here. I'm going to put that on there, really high, super duper quality there, and it works. So we can do that, and it works very nice. And I think what you want to do is you want to make this a virtual interactive presentation. Think of it that way, and not the word webinar. Webinar has also too often become known as boring, where people have their voice behind there and some slides going on there, and you know what's happening. Everyone's in the audience going, yeah, I'm paying attention to you, while they're on their cell phone. I owe it to my good buddy Roger Corville, who gave us that idea of the virtual interactive presentation. Thank you, Roger. And it gives the ability for people to interact. That's the key. And so what you want to do is put emphasis on that when you're doing some of these remote presentations. There's a place for the fireside chat like Roosevelt did. It was one way from him to the people, very much like what we see with leaders today that are sending out tweets, sending out messages. Regardless of politics, I think it's good that the leader of the country, the prime minister, the president, whoever it might be, can get a message directly, unfiltered, unedited, out to the people. And that's a good thing. So you can do the same type of thing. And often you want to get group interaction. Get that interaction. And by the way, with a tool like Zoom, which I use a lot, I'm training a lot of my clients on that right now. They are using that so they can go into breakout rooms as well. So you can have, okay, all of you that are going to discuss the problem in the Philadelphia office will be over here. And those of you that are going to study the new technology will be over here. And those that want to do this kind of thing will be over there. And we're all going to meet back, coordinate your clocks at 2 o'clock. We'll be back there, and you can do that in Zoom. It's a real nice feature for those of us who are presenting remotely. What you're doing is you're making it almost like you're right there in person. And that's the real key. So you've got some opportunities right now. In the midst of the crisis, there's wonderful opportunities. And I think we're going to see this happen when we get out of this, and we will. When we get out of this, we will be able to see a world that's more open to remote presentations. It gives you a greater market, more than just the geographical area where you are, and being able to do something that I like to call getting a lot more NAM. Non-airplane money. I came up with that term a few years ago, and now more than ever, non-airplane money is for you as you're presenting remotely. Hey, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think. You can leave a comment below on whichever platform you're getting this. Please let us know what you think about, and have you done any remote presentations? What kind of non-airplane money are you getting where you don't have to get on an airplane? We'll still do that. We're going to do it eventually, not doing as much of it right now. And we will do it because there's a benefit for that. I get it. But there's also a place for non-airplane money. I'll look forward to hearing from you. I'm Terry Brock. Thank you very much for joining me.